Well, let me show you my raised bed garden. This is the corn in it. I showed you the peas the other day. They've grown another foot or more, and they have kind of collapsed. Some of them collapsed in the middle. That is about a 3-foot walkway that you can't get down. But they are starting to run and fixing to start blooming, and we're fixing to start picking peas in a week or two, I bet you. But look at my corn. This is Primus corn. This is the corn that I planted, or the corn seed that I planted twice in the other garden in the soil. I planted it, it rained that night, flooded it, planted again about a week later, 2 weeks later. It flooded that night too and just washed stuff away, drowned and washed and whatever. So I came over here and planted. I've got 4 rows. Every time I show my tubs, somebody wants to know where they can get them, and you can't. So they're about $80 a piece on Amazon, and I got them for $0. So can't get no more. But anyway, I can't get no more either. But I put 2 rows. I put 12 in each of those. 6 per side. I put 6 running down that way, 6 running down that way, and a flat drip irrigation line down the middle of it. So it's it's getting plenty of water. In fact, that water come on in about 20 minutes. Comes on twice a day for about an hour and a half, and that's giving them and obviously the peas plenty of water. The leaves look good on the corn. It's getting plenty of fertilizer. It's dark green. The leaves are flat and spread out. They're not curling in, and so anyway, they look good. See if I can make it down this road. Seriously, this is almost a 4-foot walkway that is just covered up with peas. Most of the time I see a rabbit out here in the middle of this chewing on my leaves, but there's plenty. There's enough for me and him too. As long as I don't step on a snake or something, I'm all right. But this one here, boy, that has really grown too. That's just about to catch up with the other stuff. This is ambrosia. This is ambrosia. I just did 1 tub. I had 1 tub that just didn't germinate well, so I came back and put ambrosia in it. And this corn here was already about 2 feet tall when I planted that. So if that's 2.5 feet tall, it's going to catch it pretty soon. But the corn is almost 4 feet tall. It's pretty darn close. This is the corn I was telling you I'm not going to need help pollinating, because it's packed so close together. These rows are about 12 inches apart, and the corn is about 12. So it's about 12 inches apart in the rows, and it's about 12 inches apart spacing, whatever. So in a 12 by 12 block, I've got 4 stalks of corn. That may sound like a lot, but I am feeding it real regular. I've got an injection system that I got from Hoss Tools, and it is doing a great job fertilizing all this. And that's just, I've got, I think it was 4 squash zucchini plants, and they have just, oh my gosh, my squash and zucchini, I have never in my life raised so much squash and zucchini. I don't even eat that much squash and zucchini. I'm eating more of it this year. I'm kind of learning different ways to eat it. I'm kind of liking it raw, actually, the squash anyway. But oh my gosh, look at that, how beautiful that is. That plant is, any other year that plant would have died. Squash bugs would have eaten it up, and normally the reason I don't eat that much squash, normally the squash comes up, it puts out 1 or 2 squash bugs kill it, and that's all I ever get. But this year I planted nasturtiums and marigolds with everything that was a curcubit, everything that looks like a cucumber or a melon or a squash. I planted nasturtium and marigolds. I've got a little bit of browning, or the leaves there, so it may be on its last leg, I don't know, but it has put out so many zucchini. Oh my gosh. But I just wanted mainly today want to show you the corn, because I'm going to pull onions. These are my onions right there down that first row, and I'll give you a sneak peek in just a second, but I just want to see the corn. The corn is really looking nice. 4 feet tall. Again, planted late because they got washed away twice. So I came over here and planted them where I knew they weren't going to get washed away. That's why they're here. Now, I want to show you my dadgum onions. These are Walla Wallas. Somebody told me Walla Wallas wouldn't get big. Now, I'm not going to pull it because it's laying over, but I'm gonna do an onion pulling video, and this ain't gonna be it. But I want to tell you that is 6 inches across. I bet you anything that's 5 at least, if not 6 inches across, and that is a Walla Walla. Short day, long day, something. The rest of these are 10-15 Aggie onions. Now, I'll pull them in the next few days, so look for a video. Not all of them are huge, but that one is. That's a big old onion. That's a big old onion. I'll bring a tape measure, and when I pull them, I'll show them to you. I didn't think they were that big until I started brushing the dirt back from some of these. Brush the dirt back from some of these. That big as a pie plate right there. Some nice onions. When an onion falls over, like most of these have, when the stalk dies, that's when they're ready. They're not gonna do anything else. When that stalk falls over, they're done. You might as well pull them. They're not gonna get any bigger. But again, onion video is probably next week. I'll pull in the next few days and get you a video showing you what I've grown, the onions I've grown. I want to show you the corn. I did do one other thing of corn. I got 4 varieties of corn this year, and I'm just gonna try and see which one I like the best, and whichever one I like the best will be at least one will be one that I will plant next year, and I might plant the top 2. I don't know. This is peaches and look at the tag down there, peaches and cream. I got 2 tubs, excuse me. So, and I planted those 5 per instead of 6, 5 per side instead of 6 per side. In other words, there's 10 in each tub instead of 12 like there is in the other ones. And those I planted those, gosh, 2 weeks, at least a week after the other ones, and they're taller than some of the other ones. So that peaches and cream, now they're a little thinner because they're 5. They're not as thickly planted as the other. So that could have something to do with it. 260 stalks of corn. If they just produce 1 ear apiece, that's a lot of corn. If they produce 2, I am loading up on corn this year. Anyway, corn looking good. Peas are looking grand. Everything is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I hope your garden is doing well. If you need anything gardening related, one of the reasons this is looking so good is because I'm using the House fertilizer. It's just, again, it's a water soluble. It's going in the injector system, using that from them too. But that 20-20-20 is just making everything go crazy. And then you put on the corn, you put the 20-20-20 for a while, and then you start putting that Chilean nitrate to it. It's 1502, and it is pumping that corn up. So anyway, I think I've talked enough about corn. I'm just thought I'd make a corny video. All right. All right. Hope your garden's doing well. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments below, and just tell me how your garden's doing, because I'm interested in y'all stuff. I really am. Yeah, I get kind of getting to know you folks, and hopefully y'all might know a little something about me. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. We are gone. We are looking good and gone.